What's up, people? Welcome to this episode of the Buy the Hood podcast or webcast because I don't know how you're consuming this content. I'm your host, as always. My name is Jimmy. And as we start off every show, that's with gratitude. Just want to say thank you to anyone and everyone who supports all of our movements, specifically the students from the Buy the Hood University, as well as the youth from the Buy the Hood Ownership Camp. We appreciate all the love and support and positive messages we've been getting over the last several weeks. It's been overwhelming. I haven't even had a chance to respond to everybody, but you are appreciated. I got my partner in crime, Core. Core, what's up with you, bro?
What it is though. Every day's
Everything good?
above ground is a good day, man.
That's right.
Let's go get it.
That's right. And listen, our platform is designed to highlight brothers and sisters who are doing positive work in the community, building businesses, is putting out positive energy. This brother that we have on now is probably like his third time on our platform, man. But this is our brother, man. We appreciate him for the work that he's doing. And he has a special class coming up that we definitely have to talk about. Without further ado, we got our brother Ali on. Ali, what's up with you, bro?
Nothing much. I appreciate you guys having me. Definitely appreciate it. I've been on here once by myself, one on here with Lorenzo, and now I'm back on by myself. So listen, I appreciate you guys.
That's because you are doing everything that we talk about in terms of building the business, but you and Lorenzo both, you guys are out on the streets doing the work in the community as well. So that's always appreciated. So we like building with like-minded individuals, and what you got coming up, I think is very, very special. So I was on Ali's platform this last week, and he was talking about what he has coming up, and I hit him up like, yo, I want you to come on a podcast and talk about that because this is a unique approach, right? So a lot of people teach real estate, a lot of people teach credit and all those things, but this is a class that you have coming up that's very unique. Can you tell us the idea behind the class and also what it's called?
Right. So this next week, July 23rd, it's called How to Invest in Real Estate Using Your 9-to-5. My goal is to help teach you how to leverage your 9-to-5, do everything you do, but basically use the money from that 9-to-5 to basically be able to buy additional income without, having to get a second job, get another degree, or, do anything too crazy. Like, I want to break it down, just give you the basic fundamentals on how to set up your business with an LLC, how to get business credit, and then teach you how to analyze deals so that you can go out here and buy rental properties. If you go buy one additional property, just one, and get an additional $300 to $400 per month, add it into your 9-to-5 income. Or if I teach you how to flip one house a year and make $30,000 to $40,000 just on a bad day, again, that's just a game changer for you, your family, or just your future.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, so you're also, in the business in terms of sales and all that. First of all, congratulations, because you and your whole squad are now part of the Mosaic team where I'm at as well. So, we all family now on that side too.
For sure.
Congratulations on that move. Yeah, congratulations on that move. And shout out to Tracy as well. But the question I have for you is, in that capacity, is this something that you, help your clients achieve in terms of holding on to their 9-to-5, but also building up that other stream? Because what's interesting to me is a lot of people who talk about personal finance and real estate, they always play the job shaming game. You got to leave your job, you got to do this. But your approach is keep your job, build this up, and then, get to the point where you make a decision, but you can do both. It's like, why this approach?
So for me, I think you want to start where people are. Most people have a 9-to-5. Most people are already doing something that's creating income. The problem is the income may not be enough, or just their spending habits don't suffice with the income that's coming in. So most of the time, it's not that we don't have the money to do these things. We just don't know where to put it and how to strategically do it. So, again, I get it. Like, yo, you want to make all this money so you can quit your job and have freedom. I'm telling you, being an entrepreneur is the hardest thing in the world. So again, I want you to take risks, but I want them to be calculated. But again, use what you're already doing. That 9-to-5, you don't have to like it. You don't have to love it. You don't have to care about your supervisor. I just need you to have a source of income that's consistent, because if we can take that and grow that, if you wake up 5 years from now, you could quit it. Or if you decide, yo, I'm going to retire, but now I still got this income coming in plus the income from my job, you're not stressed. I just want to help our community relieve the stress and the pressure of having to go to work and having to live paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah, that's true. I remember a couple of years ago, Corey and I, we were at a party with Aisha Selden. We were talking, right? And Corey made a statement. Corey said, yo, being an entrepreneur, you still trading time for money. He said, what you really got to do is buy. He said, I'm trying to buy assets that going to pay me. That's the real flex, not necessarily trading time for money, because a lot of people do have entrepreneurship like messed up. Sometimes you work harder than someone who has a job, right?
No, you're constantly working because you're, especially when you start accumulating things. People don't realize entrepreneurship or just lifestyle. I'm gonna just say lifestyle. It can take you under faster because you're trying to do A, B, C, and D. You're ambitious. But you don't realize, though, having that stable check, just say if that stable check that comes in every 2 weeks pays your car note, pays your child care, pays your rent, pays your mortgage, your groceries, the bare necessities, you got everything you need, right? You're already winning. You're already winning with that. But now take it a step further, and you got this one house that's for you to take that vacation, or you got this one house that's paying for you to actually put money into a savings or a retirement account, mutual fund, whatever it is. But now you're not actively leaving, like you said, like Corey's saying, like, I'm not leaving and adding time that I don't have. I only got 40 hours in a work week as it is. Where am I going to get the other hours to do A, B, and C? No, you take that money and use that to make more money. But again, what can you do with it? So I'm not the best to talk about stocks. I'm not the best to talk about IRA accounts and all of that. I know that if I buy this one house, if somebody else is going to go to work and they're going to pay me to live in my house every month, or else they're going to be homeless. You can't find too many options outside of that.
Yeah, no, that's all good stuff, man. And that's why I thought this was important, that the approach that you're taking with this class. Tell us some of the things that you'll be going over in the class, because one of the things that I know about you is in terms of I got to put this on the record, right? A couple weeks ago, I hit up A-Lee, Lorenzo, both like, yo, I'm trying to run this play. He said, Boop, go here, ask for this person, and he should take care of you, blah, blah, blah. With all that being said, I got a nice 5 figures in business credit just off of a phone call to A-Lee and Lorenzo, man. So,
I call that text message hustle. That's the text message hustle.
Yeah, he got the juice, man. He knows where to go get the bread from, man. So is that something that you're going over in the class, or what are some of the things you'll be talking about in this class?
So one, I just want to salute you guys for taking action, right? Because a lot of people, again, you'll ask for the information and you be like, yo, did you go? 3 weeks that went by, you still ain't go.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, so if you show up to this event, I'm giving you the steps so that on Monday morning, you're going to do this, this, and this. And from there, off to the races. But to summarize what I'm going to be giving you again, I'm teaching you how to set up your business, right? Because that's one of the fundamentals to really being able to grow. If you set up the business properly, now we can go execute and get business credit. Now we can go execute and get multiple properties, not in our personal name, but in the business name, because it's all set up properly. And then from there, again, I'm also going to give you contractors. I'm going to give you the funding sources, and I'm going to give you also the rehab templates and the leases and everything you need so that if you want to be a GC, you want to be a flipper, or if you want to be a landlord, again, you'll have the basic toolkits that you need to go out here and get active.
Whoa, so hold up. You're sharing your contractors and your contracts?
Yes.
Wow.
But so when I tell people I'm giving you the blueprint, I'm not sugarcoating it. I'm not hiding it from you. I'm not trying to upsell you and tell you, yo, no, come to my event. It's $250. I'm giving it to you because you trusted me to hear this information from me, and I'm gonna give it to you. I don't want to do all the hooks and loops, and I ain't up there dancing. No, we gonna get straight to it. I'm gonna give you the information, and like I said, I'm breaking it down in 15 steps. And from there, take it, run with it. All you gotta do is plug and play. I'm literally, again, if you want to be successful or you want to reach your dreams, the way you reach it is you plug and play, rinse and repeat. Don't try to complicate it. Don't try to rechange it. I done already messed up trying to change stuff and add to it. And I done lost thousands, probably hundreds of thousands of dollars, not to mention the time I lost just trying to do it. So again, I'm taking all of that out and I'm saying, here, I'm giving it to you. I'm giving it to you.
Man, powerful stuff, man. Powerful stuff. Corey, you have something you want to add to this, good brother?
I mean, he giving the game away. Like, he just, like, hey, take it. Like, it's yours. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't, don't nothing beat that, man. When somebody really, truly, you know what I mean, is giving you what they, you know what I mean? Like, listen, there ain't no upsell. I'm giving you the steps. Now it's about your execution. Like, can you execute on the game plan? And so I'm with that.
All right.
You know
So,
what I mean?
So, Eli, I got a question for you, right? In your experience, and you work in real estate and talk real estate every day, what is the some of the biggest misconceptions or mistakes people make when they think about getting into real estate that causes them not to take action or just forget it altogether? What are some of the things that you see in your work?
So I'll just say some of the challenges for people is everybody wants to do the get it now in the I want it for free or the less cost as possible. So yes, you can do real estate without money, right? But if you want to be successful, no, you cannot really invest in any type of real estate without having money, whether you're paying for marketing or whether you have money to put into the deal, or even I know people who are actually buying real estate without personally using their money, but then they don't have the money to actually see it through because they don't have enough money for when the hiccups come or to get through a rehab. So I mean, outside of that, the information overload. I tell people I'm not teaching you nothing new. I'm not the only person that knows it, but I just know what works for me and I'm giving it to you. But if you want to listen to me, you want to listen to your uncle that was doing it in the 90s back when CMB was popping and they were still in houses and rent rooms, or if you want to listen to I don't know, some of these other cats that's on the gram and doing what they do, is nothing wrong with listening to them, but at some point you kind of got to pick one thing and lock in on that one thing and then just execute it. So literally, I'm giving you the one thing and I'm breaking it down in steps so that you can literally pick where you're at in your process and go execute. And the last thing, I think the biggest thing, we get in our own way. We tell ourselves we can't do certain things, like having that mental, what's the word I want to use?
Block.
Mental block / not having that, lacking mental toughness. Like if you tell yourself you can't do it, you tell yourself you don't have this, you don't have that, then yeah, you don't have it or you won't do it. But again, if you start feeding your brain the right things and putting yourself in the right environments, again, hanging out with Jimmy, Corey, hanging out with Lorenzo, half the stuff that I'm doing is because of the people I'm hanging with. They're stretching me and I'm getting stronger as they continue to stretch me.
Yeah, man. And I think that's a key to, like, one of the things I love about the events that you always have is sometimes it's not even about, like, you had the blueprint. It's not about who's speaking sometimes. It's about the room. You make so many connections. And think about this. This is an event where you like teach people this, that the people that'll be in the room with you. That's always the power in your events, right? Is you're going to be teaching what you're teaching and you're giving away all the game. Right. But think about the people that you'll be around who will be in the room with you.
Now, so peep this. The last event we had in Delaware, the Blueprint event, we did the event. I connected with a person that I knew, childhood friend, but we just, we had a gap. They heard the information. They heard other people's stories. They heard part of my story. I didn't really talk that day, but they heard enough to call me and say, I want to do real estate, but I don't want to do real estate. So what that meant was they got money, but they don't want to do the physical real estate. Anthony, you do the real estate. They partnered with me and gave me a nice amount of money. And that's how I was able to buy my 6-unit apartment building. That, not to mention, again, the power in the room, Tracy put me on, and that's how I was able to execute the deal. Because again, I'm in the room with this person, I'm in the room with that person, and we all got the same goal of trying to reach success. And now it's just a matter of how we could plug and play, and all of us can benefit.
That's dope. That's dope. So you found the play from Tracy and the funding right in the same room.
In the room. And then again, talk about again being with the right people. I was going to, so in my head, I talked myself out of the deal. The deal was a layup from the rip. I talked myself out of it. I hit up Dwayne, I hit up Lorenzo, I hit up KR because they do larger deals. And at the time I didn't do deals this large.
Yeah.
Dwayne talked so much trash to me. We hoopers, we competitive.
Yeah, man.
Yo,
you go right to it.
Yo, and he talk, and y'all know how guys talk to each other. So like,
yo, that's
like,
I love that dude.
Like,
man.
who you talking to? Like, oh, now I took it personal. Now I'm executing. Like, I gotta execute just because we talk. And even still, like again, the power of your circle and environment. I'm hyped because I bought a 6-unit. I'm talking to Lorenzo. He like, I got a deal on the table right now for 16 units. So I'm thinking, oh, I'm moving up in the chain, but the chain keep moving. But So the old me, because my mental wasn't right, my toughness wasn't there, I would feel smaller, not enough, right? But the new me, the stronger me, is saying if his chain keep going up, that's only going to bring my chain up. So he's looking at a 16 unit. Now I'm looking at an 8 unit. But you see how now we just keep growing, and there's nothing wrong. Stay in your lane. Everything ain't for everybody, but if you just follow your process, and again, if you get what's meant for you, you'll eventually get there.
Listen, man, but that's the
All
thing
the
about it.
facts.
The power in those rooms, man. Like, I got a couple projects I just finished. Lorenzo's going to manage them, which we, all in the room, right? Me and Tracy got a couple deals we're working on right now, all in the room. The title company we're using on a couple deals, right in the
Quick
room.
abstract.
You know what I'm saying?
All
Right in
that.
the room. The inspector that we use, right? I just used like 3 times, right in the room.
Core inspection company.
Listen, everything's in the room, right? Everything you need is in the room, right? And this is real life. This isn't for IG purposes. In fact,
That's why the information is important. Yeah, man, the information is important, man. But like we always say, the thing that pays the highest return on investment is relationships, man. Like you gotta build those relationships, especially when you're doing something like real estate, because there's so many things that you can do in real estate that every relationship is important, right? And so, you know what I mean? Like we was in that room, like, I didn't use anything in the room. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, you did. You did without even knowing, right? Because
I did.
With our podcast,
I kind of did.
With our podcast, we built a relationship with Rachel based on that room, and now we're doing an event with Rachel in 2 weeks. Next, you know what I mean?
And I built the relationship because when I was teaching, she came to the school that I was at to actually
all from the room,
all from that room. So I'm talking about real estate wise though, because I'm off on a whole different path real estate wise, you know what I mean? But
that's the beauty
about thing is, I still have, but that room is still important to me, right? Because because I'm not set up like the same way y'all set up. I'm set up in a whole different way, but that room still means things to me, right? Because if I need to sell the house, I can call you, I can call Jim. If I need to get financing, I can call Jim, I can call Quick. I can, if I need an inspector, I can do these things. And I don't necessarily like, just because I'm not moving at the same speed doesn't mean I'm not moving. Right. You know what I mean? I'm doing something totally different, but it's still real estate related. And everything I do, I can move. Like we can keep the woo money all up in the family. You know what I mean? Like, and so the thing is, how you build the woo family though is to be in the room. The room is so important. You know what I mean? Like you can't build woo money without having the woo. Like the only way to become part of the woo is to show up, right? And so what I'm saying is show up and then be willing to do the work, right? And not just do the work of whatever you're being taught, but to do the work of building the relationships that'll help you on the next deal and the next deal and the deal after that. Right? So don't be a prick, right? Because this is what people do. They'll come in the room and they think they know everything and they think they know how to do everything, or they come in defeated and they'll become a prick and they'll tear their whole, you know what I mean? Like I seen people just come in and lose all kinds of, you know what I mean? And they don't think they losing nothing because they don't know the people in the room. But what you lost is an opportunity. So just don't be that person.
No, but I'm glad you said something that you said when you were just talking, which is about the way you approach real estate versus the way other people, because something that Anthony talked about is if you come to this class, he's not telling you one way. Like you don't have to be the landlord. He's also teaching you that if you want to flip properties, here's how you do that as well, right? Because because you do both. You do flips and you do and rentals,
rehab.
Right?
Yeah, you do rehab and flips and rehab and holds, right?
Correct. Yeah. So like you said, it's not a. So I've been through both spectrums of the game as far as, or all spectrums. I say I've wholesaled. I do the I'm an agent, so that's like my 9 to 5. But then I've also used flipping to basically clear my personal debt in life. However, the problem with flipping is the money burns and goes quick, right? Unless you're flipping for hundreds of thousands of dollars at a clip, you're gonna run through the money. Your family's gonna run through the money. So to really sustain and have really financial growth and have money that comes to you forever, that's where the rentals come in. But again, everybody's not meant to be a landlord. So again, you can pick and choose what lane you want. But there's a lane for you, but you need to get in one of them. And that's one thing I will say, and I'm adamant about. I don't care what it is what your 9 to 5 is. I think everybody should own some form or be involved in real estate in one form or fashion or another.
Yeah, and I think that's very important to say, right? Because there's not just one way. There's multiple ways to get this thing done, and you're gonna like give the blueprint for different ways. Let me ask you this: why I have you here though? What is your sentiments on the market overall, right? Because you're looking at stuff every day. What do you think about what's going on in the market? Because with everything changing in terms of rates, people have to be like really careful in terms of how they move, which is another reason why getting this education is important. But what's your overall sentiment?
So that's also kind of why I'm giving this course, because I'll say this humbly. Everybody was eating these last 2 years. Everybody knew how to flip credit cards, buy property. Mm-hmm. Everybody knew how to get lines of credits, right? And now that the banks are going to go back to, you need tax returns, you need a paper trail, you need years experience. This game with these prices, because the houses are still selling for top dollar for the most part.
Yes, they are. Yes,
for the most part. However, the interest rates and the cost of money has gone up. So you kind of have a thing where things aren't going as high as they were, but you're still paying for them. But even if you pay and get a discount, you're damn near paying the same thing because the rates on the back end are killing you. So again, this is where you really got to do your homework and know how to run the numbers. And we're going to talk about running the numbers so you know on a bad day what your cash flow is or on a good day. And then on top of that, we're going to talk about the importance of buying right, where the properties I bought 6 months ago that are now on the market that I'm flipping and refining, my values aren't where they were. Where I could buy a house for $300 to a week from now, and then 2 weeks from now it'll be worth $325. But because of the way the market is right now, if I buy it for $300, I better sell it the same day, because 2 weeks from now it could be $325, it could be $275. You just don't know in this market. It's really a lot of uncertainty. But this is also the market that set all your pieces up, because as people start realizing they can't afford what they thought they could afford a year ago, 2 years ago, when everything was super easy to get, people are going to be selling, and they're going to be selling at a pace that you're going to be able to capitalize.
Yep. It's a great point, man. This is where you set your foundation up right now, especially if you have capital. Capital and knowledge. This is where you set everything up right now. So listen, I'm gonna put the for those watching the video, if you look at the bottom of the screen, that is the link to register for this event. For those that are listening to the audio, I'm going to put the link in the show notes. I'm also going to put the link in the description of the video as well, so you can click right on it. But it's also scrolling across the screen for those watching the video. I thought this was very important to bring you on and talk about, because of everything going on in the market. Also, the approach about keeping your 9 to 5 and still building your wealth on the side, right? Man. Because that's the way you do it.
Wealth is built over time, man. That's the thing, right? Most people think wealth is built with one big move, and it can be, but that's an outlier, right? The vast majority of wealth is built with making shrewd moves over time. That's the vast majority of wealth. That is the vast majority of Saudi Arabian wealth. That is the vast majority of American wealth. That is the vast majority, the vast majority of wealth is built over time.
Yes.
And so what people with the get rich quick, rarely get rich forever, right? It's about getting rich forever. It's about generational wealth, right? People think about the wealth part of generational wealth, but they don't think about the generational part, right? The way to get wealth through generations is to build it over time, so it'll stay, sturdy over time. So don't,
Can I add this, Corey?
Absolutely.
So to your point, Corey, again, my success didn't come like I wanted it to in the beginning, because I was chasing that. Let me get the money right now. Let me do what I can do to make $1 today, right? So I was missing the bigger opportunities that really would have paid me over time, several times, because I was always doing what's easy and what can I get paid from today. Most people don't really want to diagnose or admit what that is, and that's survival. Most of us grow up living in survival. Most of us as adults are still trying to figure out how to survive. And I'm not saying I know the answers, but I want to give you something that I feel like will at least alleviate the pressure of the survival mode so that you can at least implement and execute again to alleviate some of that pressure. And I'll leave you with this again. Jimmy, the one play I gave you, I'm saying decent. It was good. But then again, for the people coming to the event or anybody in my circle, we have other plays that really will set you up. And I'm saying the 9 to 5 is going to hold you over, right? That 9 to 5 is going to be your bread and butter, because if these investments go left, you will be able to still survive. Let the investments go, you'll still be able to live, right? But now the other key is if you have the financial backing. When I say backing, Jimmy, we got Corey, we make a phone call. There are other plays. You can literally get $50,000 in lines of credit or credit just by having the LLC and having the proper credentials.
Wow.
But again, you only get that from being in a room. And like you said, I only got it because I was in the right room. And then once I got it, I'm talking about people that have done more than me, less than me, or just as much as me, have all been able to take advantage of the resources. And I'm just saying, if you was a person working a 9 to 5 and you just had $50,000 sitting and you knew you could tap into it at any time, how would you feel? How would you feel going to work on a Monday morning?
It'll relieve some of that pressure, right?
Listen,
Yeah,
I would tell folks
it'll be a lot of happy people at work.
The one job I had in private industry, in a corporate job, I worked at Johnson & Johnson, and there were managers there that were millionaires because of their investments and also stock options and things like that. And they would, I remember I told them, I'm leaving to do real estate. They really laughed at me like, why would you do that? Like, you know what I mean? Because they were making so much money on the stock side in terms of like options and things like that. And it was interesting because one of the guys told me one time, he said, work is different when you don't have to be here, right? He said, in fact, it makes me like my job more, right? So the job went from being that, he's walking around skipping and happy because he knows that he got a stock portfolio of several $1 million of shares of J&J. So he's like, it makes work different. You know what I mean? So I get your point. If you're going to a 9 to 5 and you have 10 properties paying you $1,000 a month, you're treating your 9 to 5 a little different. You walking around like, because you don't have to be there. But again, if you like what you do, there's a book. I'm always talking about a book. There's a book is about it's 2 books actually. One is like The Millionaire Barber, about a guy who is a barber, but he's an investor, and he makes millions of dollars, but he refuses to like not cut hair because he loves the idea of cutting hair. And there's another one about a teacher. Same, I think it's called A Millionaire Teacher too, something like that. But the guy teaches at a school, but he's an investor. So there are examples of this, and that's why I think that the class that you're teaching in this approach is very important. Speaking of that, what you reading right now, man? A-League, stay reading the books. What you reading right now?
So The Psychology of Money, that's the one I'm reading right now. Don't give me the line until I remember the author, but that's the one I'm reading right now.
Okay, The Psychology of Money. Got you. Okay, dope. Yeah, man. So Corey, you got any other thoughts before we get out of here, man?
Nah, man. I'm just, I might have to pop up on A-League in the squad and see what's really popping with it. You know what I mean?
Hey, let me know.
Yeah, man, because sometimes I might have to send some of my folks your way because sometimes my message don't get through. But if I can get for real, what I mean, like, because I know how to do certain things. The people they know me from doing something totally different, so they won't pay me no mind.
Right.
So you know what I mean. So I just be like, all right, well, I'm gonna put you. You don't know this person. They can do what I can do at the same level or better. You know what I mean? And go ahead and get that. Right. So I'm gonna send my folks through and
I appreciate I really appreciate that, and I appreciate you guys for letting me use the platform to get the message out, because again, even when you talk about the circles, imagine y'all know how it is. You can't hang out with everybody because the stuff they got going on in their life, it blocks the energy when y'all get together. Yeah. But again, now imagine whether it's co-workers, friends, or family. Like, I put one of my homies on. He ran the play, and I put it in the chat. It's 7 of us in the chat. Only one person took heed to it, and he got the play. And he was like, "Dog, he was like, every once in a while, I'm that friend that'll go on a rant in the message because I'll be like, dog, do y'all see what's going on? Like, are y'all not paying attention?" And they'd be like, oh. So he was like, so you've been dropping stuff like he's scrolling through the chat from
He going back in the group chat.
Going through the chat like,
and I'm like, dog, he was like, all I needed was a social security number. He was like, all this time. He was like, I'm sitting at work twiddling my thumbs looking at YouTube, and all this time, this is it. And I'm like, dog, I'm sharing it as I'm giving it to y'all because y'all my folks and I love y'all. But outside of that, like,
I can't make nobody execute.
Yeah, you got to take action. Last thing I want to leave you before we get out of here, Ailey, is I want to acknowledge you for the work that you do in the community. You and Lorenzo,
Absolutely.
Y'all picking up trash, y'all teaching the babies, like y'all really doing y'all thing. And I think it's important to acknowledge that because outside of the business and the real estate, you guys are really putting into the community, and I think that's dope. So keep up that amazing work, and we love to see that.
No, we appreciate that, and again, hanging with the people. So Lorenzo, he pushed me because I'm like, man, we busy enough being dads and husbands, but he was like, no, like it's other people out here who don't have the opportunity or don't have that male figure. We need to get our homies together and start, reaching back and giving back. Even if we ain't the millionaires or we aren't the people that are, quote unquote seen on TV and Instagram, but, just us being there and trying to lead by example, like you said, it's starting to change. And I mean, I've seen it where the group of kids we've been working with in the summertime, there is, I think, 2 or 3 of them that I did a class with them last Tuesday on fitness with my trainer, Martin Boyd at Redemption Body Fitness in West Philly. And these young bulls took that information and now they show up for classes with him because they like, yo, I like the challenge. Like I've just been sitting in the house because of COVID.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't realize I like to work out. Like, and you know how these young bulls is built. They all 6'4", 6'2". They look like they about to get signed to the NFL or NBA. So it's like, young bulls, y'all come here enough. Like, yo, y'all gonna be something special. Like when y'all go to, graduate from high school or just trying to get through high school.
Yeah.
And Martin at Redemption Body is giving them a free membership because he like, I don't want y'all in the street. If y'all got to choose between being in the street,
that's love right there.
So y'all already have an impact.
So and that's why I'm saying, like, you don't realize, like, you just kind of you take it for granted a little bit, but then when you actually see it, and that's why I'm seeing it now. Like these young bulls is, they appreciate it, and it's not that they're all lost or that they don't want more. They just don't know where the opportunities are. So fortunately enough, again, I'm blessed that when y'all call me, I get to share with the youth y'all got. Rachel, the All My Mentorship and some of the other ones. And I'm just trying to bring all my friends that do dope things and like, yo, real estate might not be for you, but yo, my man is a trainer. My other homie, again, they do landscaping, electrician, plumbing, HVAC, and everybody be like, yo, what you need? And they like, yo, if it's for the kids, I got you. Just tell me what day. So, I'm just appreciative that people, give me the opportunity to pour into the kids with that. And I'm just excited to see like, yo, like if we can help 1 or 2 kids and especially save them from, being a casualty out here in the streets of Philly, now that part is, forget the financial stuff. That part is really the part that, it puts a warm feeling in your heart kind of thing.
Absolutely, man. So continue that work, man. And, that's also about being in a room, man, because everybody is on the same page and we trying to all, give back and help. So that's dope, man. So I want to make sure we acknowledge that, man. For our audience out there, check the description so you can get the link to check out this upcoming class. Make sure you follow A-League on all socials. I'll put his Instagram in there as well. Check out everything his brother's got going on because he's building businesses, but he's also, reaching back and bringing people with him, man, which is uber important. So listen, man, we love and appreciate all your work, good brother. And thank you so much for your time. And, we're going to continue to build, man, but, appreciate you.
Nah, I appreciate you, Corey. I appreciate you, Jimmy. Thank you again. For anybody that wants to connect with me, follow me, Instagram, A-Lee Real Estate. I look forward to seeing you guys July 23rd. It's only from 1 to 5 p.m. Again, we're going to teach you how to use that 9 to 5 and create additional income, whether you want to flip or be a landlord. We're also going to be providing lunch and refreshments as well. So, come on an empty stomach if you may, and we got you.
No doubt. And to our audience out there, as we always say, it's not about how much money you make, it's about how much you keep. Game elevates, and we'll see you guys on our next episode. Peace.
Thank you.